Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Timmy Treacle, also known as Horror Fan for Life. And today I'm going to be doing some top 10s and rankings for you guys. The first of which uh, will be my top 10 movies that didn't need a sequel. Uh, there are some movies out there that are just best to be standalone movies. And a lot of times they stand alone great. But because they make a lot of money, studios want to just keep running more movies out there until it comes to a point where there's nothing else they can do for the franchise. But yeah, there are some great movies out here that just didn't need a sequel. And so here are my top 10. Coming in at number 10 is Grease. We all know how popular Grease is. The soundtrack alone was number one. Had a lot of great songs on it, sung by John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. And yeah, it is a great movie. It's a classic musical comedy film that has been done over and over in plays and high school plays all over the country. It is just very popular uh, throughout the world, pretty much. And yeah, Grease is definitely one of my favorite films of all time. Definitely one of my favorite. It is actually my favorite musical of all time. There are a lot of close ones as I've watched more over the years, but Grease, yeah, it's great. Grease 2 never should have happened. Even though I understand there's a cult following for Grease 2 now, I've watched it once and one time only, and that's because at the time I had a roommate, Kim, who we each picked a movie that we wanted to watch. She chose Grease 2, and oh, it was painful to watch. Um, yeah, and I haven't seen it since. There were some nice, actors in the movie, but it, the song choices, uh, the fact that it's back at Ride Out High, and at least could have said it in the college or something like that, and not back in the high school. Poor, I think it's Dee Dee Khan who reprised her role from the first movie, and wow, I just well, and then there was a few faculty and whatnot that come back as well. But as far as from the main cast, I believe she was the only one. She played Frenchie. Uh, but anywho, Grease 2 should have never been made. Grease is fine just on its own. Coming in number 9 is The Matrix. I love the first movie. It is perfect the way it is. The sequels weren't terrible. I just don't think it needed a sequel. But now that we got them, and now that we're going to be getting a fourth film, all right, let's see if they can bring me back into the franchise. Because parts 2 and 3, they don't come close to the original movie. And, you know, even Will Smith has recognized that he chose the wrong movie to do. Uh, we could have had Neo could have been Will Smith, um, but instead he chose Wild Wild West, and we all know how that worked out. But yeah, number 9 is The Matrix. Number 8 is The Blues Brothers. Another great musical comedy. It comes in number 2 as my all-time favorite musicals. John Landis does a great job. Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, great cast. Carrie Fisher. It goes on and on. But then we get Blues Brothers 2000, and oh my lord, where do I start? The songs were just as bad as the songs they chose for Grease 2. I love John Goodman, uh, but he's no Belushi, and I really wish they could have gotten Belushi's brother to play the role as the sidekick or partner uh, to Elwood, and yeah, it's just. And then the little kid, the child actor, there was no need for him in that movie. I did not like his character at all, and they tried doing some things that were made famous in the first movie, and it just didn't live up to it. It was way too long to do a sequel, and it just wasn't needed. And hardly anyone talks about the movie, and there's a reason for it. It's really bad. Number 7, Revenge of the Nerds. Now, I will admit, I have a soft spot in my heart for the second and third movie. The fourth one, that's like Jaws Revenge. We're not going to talk about the fourth one. But 2 and 3, I have a soft spot in my heart for it. But we didn't need them. We didn't need the sequels. The first movie was perfect. It was a great message. You don't judge a book by its cover. And even now, people out there's a little controversy about the sex scene with Lewis and Miss Betty Childs, that he forced himself on her, and it was non-consensual. And I'm like, people, it's a freaking movie. Get over yourselves. You know, he's basically trying to show her that he is just as good, if not better, than Stan in those jocks, and not just mentally, as but physically, and he can do a lot of other things too. And he even says it too, that all the jocks think about is sports. Well, all they think about is sex. Well, there you go. And she was fine with it. She's a little startled at first, but she was happy. And it's just a bunch of ignorance. I can't stand it. But yeah, Revenge of the Nerds didn't need a sequel, but like I said, I enjoyed parts 2 and 3. But yeah, it could have been just fine by itself. Number 6. Now, I will say, I actually really enjoy the second movie, but this movie didn't need a sequel, and that is 48 Hours. I love the combination of Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte in this movie, and again, they waited too long to do a sequel, but they were both busy in the 1980s. They were both doing a lot of movies, especially Eddie Murphy. He did Trading Places. Then he had a couple of Beverly Hills Cops movies, Coming to America, Harlem Nights. He had a lot of movies coming out in the 1980s, and he was a busy man. But 48 Hours, it didn't need a sequel. But like I said, I do enjoy the sequel, though. I don't hate it. I actually think it's a decent movie. But I think as a standalone movie, 48 Hours would have been fine just on its own. Just like Trading Places, we didn't get a sequel there. So yeah. Coming in at number 5 is Poltergeist, the original classic Poltergeist, 1982. Now, I will admit, the second movie is almost as good as the first, and then the third movie is a big drop off. But still, I really don't think we needed a sequel. The first movie was great on its own, and not a lot of people talk about the sequels, though. I would say they probably talk more about the second than they do the third one, or the third film. This is a trilogy we really shouldn't have, or we just didn't need. The first movie by itself is fantastic, And I think it would get talked about more if it wasn't for the sequels. And don't get me wrong, the little girl in the movie is fantastic, and she's good in all the movies. But I still stand firm on my decision that we didn't need a sequel. They just should have just left it alone. Uh, but that's just my opinion. Coming in at number 4 is The Exorcist. Now I will admit I haven't seen parts 2 and 3. I've heard part 2 is garbage and 3 is excellent. I don't know, but to me, I really don't think we need any sequels. Um, I've seen, I've seen bits and pieces, but I don't think a sequel was needed for this movie. The first one is an all-time classic horror film, and I think it would have been fine if it was just by itself. But again, that's just my opinion. Coming in at number 3 is Speed. Oh boy, Sandra Bullock, Keanu Reeves. Um, yeah, this movie is fantastic. A great action, thriller, drama film. You got Mr. Hopper, who is the bad guy trying to first blow up an elevator with people on it. Then the main story is the bus. He's going to blow up the bus if they try to take passengers off. And the bus will blow up if he stops or goes under 55 miles an hour. Great, great story. And great movie. You also have Jeff Daniels in the film as well. A great cast. And yeah, then we got Speed to Cruise Control. No. Terrible idea, terrible movie. I love Sandra Bullock, and I believe it was Jason Patrick who starred in this movie. Keanu Reeves definitely made the right decision. I really wish Sandra Bullock would have made the same decision, but it is what it is. But Speed comes in at number 2, or number 3, excuse me. Number 2 is the Amityville horror franchise. Now, again, I will admit, I've watched a lot of these movies. Some are good, some are okay, some are bad. But the original movie, and I will see even the remake with Ryan Reynolds, are fine just by themselves. The movies don't need no sequels. Just leave them alone. But I do like the original a little bit more than the remake. But they are both good movies. And yeah, the original one should have had no sequels, in my opinion. I just don't think they were needed. And coming in at number 1 is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Bogus Journey was okay. And the third movie was kind of a disappointment. After all these years, we got a third movie to complete the trilogy. It was okay. It was kind of a letdown for me. The first movie is by far excellent, as they say. And it should have just been left alone as a standalone movie. But that's my opinion, as is the rest of the movies. But there you go. That is my top 10 movies that did not need a sequel. So in the comment section below, give me your thoughts and opinions. And what are some of the movies you think didn't need a sequel? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell. And if you like this video, hit that like button. But thanks again for watching, and check you later.